Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to be giving you some tips as a first-time home buyer. The home buying process can be tricky and complicated. With the tips I'm going to give you, I'm going to make it as easy and as painless as possible. Before you do anything, you need to get pre-qualified with a bank. And here is what you're going to do to get the best rate possible. First, you're going to call a bank and you're going to get a quote from them. You're going to give them all the information that they need. And what that is last 2 years W-2s, it's 30 days pay stubs, it's 60 days worth of bank statements, and whatever else they need from you. So after you give them all this information, they're going to pre-qualify you for a number. That might qualify you for $250,000. They might qualify you for $500,000. It really just depends on your income, your credit score, and some other factors. And they're going to tell you an interest rate. Now here is the tip. Do not settle for the very first bank that tells you what your interest rate is going to be, because all banks are not equal. They're going to give you different interest rates. Some banks' requirements are minimal compared to, let's say, Chase or US Bank or some other big banks. Here is an insider tip for you. You're going to take this first pre-qualification letter. You're going to call several different banks after that, and you're going to use this pre-qualification letter as basically a baseline and be like, hey, can you beat this other bank's pre-qualification letter? And if you can't, I'm sorry, I'm going to go with a different bank. This is how you're negotiating with the banks to get the best interest rate possible. And trust me, half a point in interest rate, meaning either a 3.5% interest rate or a 3% interest rate, can make a drastic difference in what you're coming out of pocket every single month to pay for your mortgage. I just dropped an insider tip for you guys because I really think that you guys deserve this. You need to be negotiating with these banks to get the best interest rate. So if you appreciate that, hit the subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you get notified every single time I upload a new YouTube video just like this one. Here is another tip a lot of people don't know when they're first time home buyers is whenever a bank pulls your credit to pre-qualify you, yeah, it's going to drop your credit score by 2 to 5 points because it is a hard inquiry. But here is the tip not a lot of people know is whenever you do it the first time, 14 days after the first time you get it pulled, it's not going to affect your credit score any more than it already has. Basically, the credit bureaus are saying, hey, since you did this hard inquiry, we want you to shop around. Like we talked about in the previous tip, we want you to shop around different mortgage interest rates so you can get the best interest rate possible. We're not going to punish you for it. So here's a 14-day, basically free shopping period. Call as many banks as you possibly can. Get the best interest rate. Another way to get the best interest rate is by hitting the like button down below. Another tip for all you first-time home buyers is get set up with automatic email listings with a real estate agent. Now, what does that mean? That means is you're going to call up a real estate agent and be like, hello, Mr. Real Estate Agent. I want to get set up with automatic email listings for a whatever your criteria is, right? Whether it be, hey, I want to get set up with a minimum of a 3-bedroom house, a minimum of 2-bathroom home, a minimum of 1,500 square feet, and a purchase price of whatever the bank pre-qualified you for. That's your maximum purchase price. And that's exactly what you're going to say to them. And they're going to write all this down, and they might have to ask you again because they probably weren't listening. They didn't whenever you called, they probably didn't think you were serious. But whenever you start talking like this, they will take you seriously. And you're going to start getting emails sent to your email inbox within the hour, maybe even the next day, every single time a property hits the market, right? And so what that means is you're going to be one of the first people to know when a home hits the market. You might be asking yourself, why is that so important to be one of the first people to know about it? Because if you're in a hot market like I am, homes are getting put on the market and they're getting 20 different offers in 24 hours. That's insane. You're going to be one of the first people to go to it. So if you're not in a hot market, you're still going to be one of the first people to know about this. You're going to be one of the first people to put in an offer for it, and you're most likely going to get the home of your dreams. Here's a side tip for you. Just because a bank pre-qualified you for $1,000,000 doesn't mean you should buy $1,000,000 house. Why is that? The banks are looking at certain things and they're not really looking at what is financially makes sense for you. So you might be stretching yourself really thin if you're like, oh, they gave me a maximum of $1,000,000. I'm gonna go buy $1,000,000 home. With $1,000,000 home, the monthly payment, it might be so high that you don't have anything left to save at the end of the month. And when you see a home hit your email inbox that you and your spouse just love, you want to go see it. Call your agent, tell them, hey, I want to go see this home. Go to it, view it, make an offer for it. Because most likely, if you're in love with this home, probably someone else is looking at the same home and they're probably feeling the same feeling you're feeling. How many times did I just say feeling? I'm going to be making a ton more of these first-time home buyer videos because I've been getting a lot of questions about the process of this. If you want more first-time home buyer videos just like this, remember to subscribe and turn on bell notifications so when I do make these videos, again, you're the first one to see these videos. Until next video, guys, I'm out. See ya.